Here, we'll add some visual interest to our artwork by creating dashed lines. I'll get my selection tool and select the small path to the left of the circle. Now I'll open up the Properties panel and click the word Stroke to show the Stroke panel. I want to make sure that the weight of the stroke is 3 points. I'll click the dashed line box. And the first dash value, I'll put in 35 points. The first gap value should be 4 points. The second dash value should be 5 points. And the second gap value should be 4 points. And notice how it's changed the look of our stroke. It's given it a kind of a dashed appearance there. And now we'll make a copy of this stroke. Make sure it's selected. In the Tools panel, I'll get the Rotate tool. So I'll get the Rotate tool and I'm going to move my cursor into the middle of the circle until I see the word Center. And that happens because I have my Smart Guides on. And I'm going to hold down my Alt key or Option key on the Mac and then click. And that brings up the Rotate dialog box. I want to make sure that the angle is set to -15 and then I'll click Copy. And notice how it's added another stroke at that angle. One way of repeating this transformation is to go up to Object, Transform, and then Transform again. But a keyboard shortcut to make more copies is just to hold down the Control key on a PC or the Command key on a Mac and press D until you get the number of lines that you want. So that created kind of a sunray effect. Now we're going to remove part of the circle and the artwork in it. And first I want to make sure that everything is unlocked. So I'll go up to Object, Unlock All. So I want to make sure those are all unlocked. I'll get my rectangle tool and draw a rectangle over the bottom part of the circle. And then with my selection tool, I want to make sure that I select just the rectangle and the circle. So the rectangle is selected now. And I'll get my selection tool and hold down the Shift key to add the circle to the selection. So now both those objects are selected, and I'll get my Shape Builder tool in the Tools panel. And then I'll hold down the Alt key or the Option key on a Mac and just click, hold, and drag through the rectangle, and that will remove those parts of the rectangle and the circle. And now I'll get my selection tool and select the text object camp, and I'll just use my up arrow key and move it up over the logo there. But clearly the text object is below the logo, so I need to go to Object, Arrange, and Bring to Front. So there we've got the start of a nice logo, and we've added some visual interest to our drawing with some dashed lines.